Dr. Doom has been found. Even though he was rifted away from this island, it is not the end for Doom. Mephisto, who was actually summoned by Doom, is now here. If you guys don't know, Mephisto is the ruler of the underworld, and he has the power to locate people. Now, I think that is exactly what Mephisto will do with Doom. He's going to find the location where Doom was rifted to. Will bring him back to Fortnite, because you have to remember that the power of the Pandora's box is still with Doom, an oracle who actually prophesizes the future, and also everything she has said so far has come true. Now, she told Hope that she is the one who's going to receive the power of the Pandora's box, and obviously that has not happened yet. And also, we've got to remember that there is 2 more live events that is yet to come, and the event that we just had was actually a mini event, meaning we still have a huge main live event before we go to chapter 6. Now, before that, I'm giving away a skin to a lucky subscriber. All you have to do is subscribe, and if you want to help me out, use code SMJM and like this video. Doom shows up on the island. There's a huge battle. The heroes are fighting him. Also, we notice that Doom is literally 10 times bigger than his normal size. Now, the reason for that is because of the Pandora's box. You see, one of the powers that Pandora's box gives you is the ability to change your size. If you remember, the Titan that was protecting the box was massive as well. Now, during this battle, Jones throws Captain America's shield at Doom. You can see like it just deflects like it's nothing. That really shows the power of Dr. Doom. Something as powerful as Captain America's shield is not enough to even do a little scratch on him. Then we see Doom try to defeat Jones, but luckily Hope grabs the shield and blocks Doom's attack. And you can see the shield consume a little bit of power. Since Hope can actually use the power of the Pandora's box, she throws it at Doom, and you can see it damages him. Also, in the process, her arm gets burned as well. Now, I think a little bit of the power is actually inside of Hope's arm. Now that she has had a taste of this power, I think she will want more of it. Also, if you look at this, when Doom got rifted away, it looked like some of the powers of the Pandora's box got rifted away before he did. Was this actually deliberate? Did Iron Man actually plan to do this so that he can actually prison Dr. Doom? Because if he rifts him away somewhere, just random location, Doom will still go and create evil somewhere else. Maybe the only way to stop him was to prison him. Now, we can find out the location of his prison by looking at these rift beacons. When Doom attacked, a bunch of these rift beacons flew away and landed at various locations around the island, except for one, obviously, that rifted him away. Now, if you go to these locations where these rift beacons landed, you will notice something evil. At first, we saw a bunch of vines and pumpkins at this location. Everyone thought this was harmless, and then we start to see some evil creatures show up on the island. Started with Jigsaw, and then slowly a bunch of these evil creatures showed up. And then we start to see a location show up on the island as well, like this pumpkin location. But what's happening here is basically these rift beacons are destabilizing, and wherever the location Iron Man set this rift beacon to, it's basically pulling a bunch of people, creatures, and locations from that reality. Now, obviously, this wasn't a plan. The plan was to just rift Doom away to this location and then disable the rift beacons, but obviously Doom destroyed these beacons. Now it looks like they're destabilizing. And also, this isn't the very first time we have seen this, by the way. We have seen 0 Point destabilize before and rift a bunch of other people and creatures from different realities to this island. Also, these rift beacons are not going to stop, by the way. It is going to keep destabilizing to a point where this island will be unlivable. That makes sense because we only have a few months left on this island before we move on to Chapter 2, OG Fortnite Island, and then a brand new Chapter 6 map. A lot of people are also saying that the rift beacons will slowly rift locations from Chapter 2 to this map. But basically, if you remember in Chapter 3, this location, because of the reality tree, it kept changing. So every week it was like a different location. The same thing is going to happen with this map as well. As soon as the Halloween update is over, it is going to rift a different location. People are saying the rift beacons will slowly start to rift Chapter 2 location on this map, and eventually this island will end up looking like a Chapter 2. You might be wondering, where exactly is a Dr. Doom? You see, I think before this attack took place, the heroes made a deal with an old enemy. To understand this, we're gonna have to go all the way back to Chapter 1. At the end of Chapter 1 Season 6, we notice this iceberg slowly drift towards the Fortnite Island. And when Season 7 was here, it crashed on the Fortnite Island, becoming a part of it. Very first thing we noticed was this castle on top of the mountain. It was called the Polar Peaks. The ruler of this Polar Peak was this guy called the Ice King. And in the dungeon of a Polar Peak, we noticed there was someone else. It was the Fire King. We went to speak with the Ice King, and he told us that the Fire King and the Ice King used to be bounty hunters. They used to go around different realities, capturing evil men, creatures, and also weapons, and bringing them back to this location called the Ice Moon. And the Ice King would freeze them and keep them basically prison at that location. And then the Fire King betrayed him, wanted to take all of the powers for himself. And that is why he was imprisoned by the Ice King. Basically, the Ice Moon is the prison of Fortnite. You can also see this glimpse of that location. You can see creatures frozen. This image was leaked by the Fortnite artist who designs Fortnite maps. Most likely, it is going to be a location at some point in the future. I think Dr. Doom was rifted to the Ice Moon. I think the heroes made a deal before a live event that we saw when Doom attacked. The plan was basically, as soon as Doom gets rifted to the Ice Moon, the Ice King would freeze him instantly. But in order to do this, a part of the Pandora's box had to be released. That is why we saw a little bit of his power gets rifted away before he does. But the Ice King had to freeze him instantly before the powers would find him again. Something must have happened on the Ice Moon in the process of freezing Dr. Doom. Looks like some of the creatures that was frozen there got released. Since the rift beacons got destroyed before it was closed, some of these creatures made their way through the rift, and now they're here on the Fortnite Island. Now we have Mephisto on the island as well. Now he did not come through the rift. He was actually summoned here by Dr. Doom. In fact, the Doom Tower was actually built to summon Mephisto. Initially, his plan was to ask for his mother back, who's been imprisoned by Mephisto, in return for the souls of the heroes and villains he defeated, like Thanos, the Fantastic Four. Obviously, the situation has now changed. Doom is now prisoned, and now Mephisto is here. And I think before Doom attacked the Fortnite Island during the live event, he told Mephisto to give him the souls of a bunch of these heroes. In return, he wants Mephisto to save him and also return his mother. I think Mephisto agreed to that deal, and he is going to save Doom and bring him back to the Fortnite Island. Now I think that is going to be our main live event before we go to Chapter 6. Also, during this final live event, Dr. Doom will be defeated, and the power of the Pandora's box will be taken by Hope. Now the heroes will have to work harder this time around because is they will have to defeat not just Doom, but also the ruler of the underground, Mephisto. Just before Doom was rifted away, he says, "You will never escape Doom." Now, this is obviously quite clear that he is going to be back, and I will keep you guys updated. So please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and use code SMJM.